Hello, my name is Claire Hubert, and this is my time traveling paper called Time is a Funny Thing. In the beginning of time, humans have always been striving to transcend our natural limits. We have conquered land, the sea, the skies, and we have even traveled to outer space. The one frontier that has always escaped our grasps, however, is time. People believe that time travel is not possible, mainly because they believe that there are no such thing as different points in time. They believe that there is one point in time, a time plane, and that is the plane that we are living in today. If there were such things as different planes, past or future, it would allow time travel to be possible. Learning that there are different planes in time could be a monumental breakthrough in our history. I have been interested in time travel ever since I had my first experience with deja vu. Deja vu is the phenomenon of having a strong physical or mental feeling that something that is currently being experienced has already happened in the past. You know when you experience deja vu because you are suddenly filled with this weird sensation. Deja vu is believed to be linked to time travel and has become an interesting phenomenon to not only me, but countless others. I have had this theory that links deja vu and time travel ever since I was about 12 years old. When I experienced deja vu for the first time, I was overwhelmed and felt like something was wrong with me. After about the third time of experiencing it, I asked my mother about it. She told me that it was what it was and that it was just something that people experienced for some reason. At the time, I accepted that that was all there was to it, until I started thinking about it. My theory is a working theory, but I believe that deja vu is somehow connected to time travel. Everyone experiences things that they have experienced in the past, but deja vu is far more deeper than that. When someone goes through something that they have done in the past, it feels routine. But when someone experiences deja vu, it is at a point in time that seems totally irrelevant, and you are filled with this weird sensational zeal. For instance, let's say you go to the beach. You already know that you have been there before, but the feeling does not hit you, even though you might have done the exact same thing that you've done in the past. Now let's say you pick up a seashell. All of a sudden you are overcome by deja vu. Suddenly you feel as if you've been at this exact same spot with this exact same seashell on this exact same beach wearing that exact same swimsuit. And so on. Of course, this exact thing has not happened before, but the sensation you are feeling is convincing you otherwise. I believe that this is a past or future self-memory coming to you, hinting that this has happened before and may be a key part in your past or future life. Another reason why I believe time travel to be possible is knowing that we can travel to the speed of light. The speed of light is the fastest thing in the entire universe, known to man. It is believed that if someone were to be able to travel this fast, they could potentially travel forwards in time. Time travel has always been proved to be a major interest to me. The theories, the books, the movies have engrossed me and made me realize how important time travel is to our world. The enigma that time travel is not just knowing how it will work, but also if it is even possible. Time travel has been proven possible by Euclid's theory of relativity. This theory is just stating that time travel can be possible because of the possibility of wormholes. There are two main types of wormholes, and one of them is Euclidean's wormhole, coded by Fritz Norman. This wormhole is a tunnel in the geometry of space-time that connects to other different planes in the universe. The first wormhole-like solutions were found by studying the mathematical solution for black holes. There it was found that the solution lent itself to an extension whose geometric interpretation was that of two copies of the black hole geometry connected by a throat. The throat is a dynamical object attached to the two holes that pinches off extremely quickly into a narrow link between them, coded by Holman. By knowing that wormholes do in fact exist, we are now more sure that time travel can be technically possible. It is not known how it is possible, just that we know that we can travel through space-time through wormholes. In movies and books about time, you are always shown some kind of time machine that is their way of traveling through time. The time machine is just another enigma of time travel. How it will work, what it will run on, how far it can take us, or are just a few questions about how the time machine will be put into play. Stephen Hawking states that black holes can act as a time machine when he says a supermassive black hole is a time machine. But of course, it's not exactly practical. It has advantages over wormholes in that it doesn't provoke paradoxes. Plus, it won't destroy itself in a flash of feedback. But it's pretty dangerous. It's a long way away, and it doesn't even take us very far into the future. Fortunately, there's another way through time to travel in time. He explains how it can be possible when he says, we need to look at time from the fourth dimension. Everyone lives in the first, second, and third dimension. This just means that we all have a height, width, and length. Time is traveling to the fourth dimension, quoted by Stephen Hawking. There are also an infinite number of paradoxes with the time travel, which is what makes it so confusing. NASA describes this when it says, what if you went back in time and prevented your father and mother from meeting? You would prevent yourself from ever having been born. But then if you haven't been born, you could not have gone back in time to prevent them from meeting. Time is a mind-boggling thing without adding all the paradoxes and anomalies. This paradox is a takeoff from one of the most famous paradoxes of time travel, called the grandfather paradox. It was first introduced by science fiction writer Nathaniel S. It is described by the time traveler goes back in time and kills his grandfather before his grandfather meets his grandmother. As a result, the time traveler has never been born. But if he was never born, then he is unable to travel through time and kill his grandfather, which means the traveler would then be born after all, and so on. There are several physicists that say that time travel is not only possible but has already happened. As mentioned earlier, Albert Einstein's theory is that time travel to the future is possible if we traveled at the speed of light. However, if you have seen any movie where certain things like this were attempted, Passengers, Interstellar, etc., you would know that if one were to go to space and travel at the speed of light to achieve time travel, when they got back home, it would be completely different. Theoretical physicist and string theorist Brian Greene of Columbia University explained this when he said, "You can build a spaceship, go out into space, and travel near the speed of light. Turn around and come back. Imagine you go out for 6 months and you turn around and you come back for 6 months. While you are traveling at the speed of light, time stays slow relative to the people who are standing still or who are standing back at Earth. As a result, you would be going fast while your clock would be going slow. When you step out of your ship, you're 1 year older, but Earth has gone through many, many years." Einstein believed that there was another reason to travel through time. He theorizes that if one were to be able to be near a black hole, time would pass more slowly. This results in time traveling to the future, once you got away from the black hole. Even though we have found a way to travel in time, it is still uncertain whether time travel is in fact possible. Without knowing how to build a time machine and what you would have to do to make it travel through wormholes, time travel will always be an uncertainty. Though time travel is something people strive for, it may not be the best for society. It is something I have always wanted and have been terribly interested in, but now that I know more about it, I realize how dangerous it is. The first thing people would want to do if they had a time machine would be to stop something bad from happening, like death or a war, etc. This could profoundly screw up the fabric of time and rip a hole in the space-time continuum. I have edited my theories about time travel, and I am still greatly interested in it. I have learned that time is a very fragile thing, however, and that no matter how much of it you think you have, you will never have enough. Thank you.